Eneo hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. A few weeks ago, I think last month, there is a video I did on this platform about George Natembeya. And that video caused huge political storm on this platform. And I remember most of you guys actually attacked me for working or having been bought by William Ruto to spew propaganda. In that video, I opined that George Natembeya will work with William Ruto in 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, I am being vindicated.
Saizi mimi nafanya kazi kama governor. Of course, tuko na other ambitions. If Kenyans want me to take over, to take up other responsibilities, mimi niko tayari sana. Na mimi nafikiri miaka yote ambayo nimekuwa kwa serikali imekuwa ni prepare for something to give back to Kenyans now. I'm giving back to Trans Nzoia and I can translate that to the Kenyan nation. Ile mambo mnasikia kelele kidogo kwa chama cha DAP is about wala ambao wa conservative na wala ambao wanataka kuwa liberal, wala ambao wanataka kurebrand chama ili chama isikuwe labda ni ya magharibi peke yake, kuanza kuwa na other voices, because politics is just about Western Kenya. So hiyo ambayo ndio challenge tuko nayo, wala ambao wanataka chama kikae vile kilivyo, na wengine wote ambao tunasema hapana, waje tufungue milango kwa watu wengine pia waingie kwa chama, tuipanue, because we believe DAP iko na potential. Hakuna two teams, hakuna there are no two teams. The party does not belong to me, or does not belong to the party leader. The party belongs to the people. Sindio? Kuna wanachama, kuna party structures. Why do we appear to be so unagoro watu wetu sababu gani na chama kinaweza kuamua iko na structure to solve those issues? We are going to have those issues resolved and the party is going to remain one. Haita split. Lakini wananchi wako united. Wanajua mahali wanaenda. So mtu akikuja na agenda ambayo is outside ile agenda ya Western. Wananchi watajua tu. Na sisi hatungangani sana ati tuonekane kwamba tuko juu. La muhimu nilikuwa nasema ni kwamba jamii ya magharibi lazima itaongea kwa sauti moja. Hizo sauti unaanza kusikia, huyu ni nini, huyu ni mbukusu, huyu ni nini. Haya ni mambo ambayo yamegawanya Mluhya miaka yote. Na ndio tunasema tutoe hizo vitu hizo, kusema tu huyu mbukusu, huyu ni nini. Wale ambao wamezoea kututumia, hiyo ndio lugha ambayo wanapenda kutumia. Na sio wenyewe wanasema, wanatumia watu yetu tu. That's how it happens.
Let me read for you something which Peter Salasia posted. In that post, Peter Salasia was responding to a tweet by none other than Eugene Wamalwa. So for us to understand and follow the flow, let us begin by going through what Eugene Wamalwa had posted. This is what Eugene Wamalwa posted. My brother Peter Salasia, both you and my brother George Natembeya do not have to leave or cause a coup in our party, DAP-K, in order to become party leaders or presidential candidates. You are welcome to face me for the presidential ticket in free and fair nomination, as ours is truly a democratic party that can allow us all to realize our political aspirations through internal democracy without wrecking our party or washing our dirty linen in public. Ladies and gentlemen, what Wamalwa is trying to suggest here is that Peter Salasia and George Natembeya are out to wreak or cause havoc in DAP-K. Peter Salasia was elected on DAP-K party ticket. George Natembeya was also elected on DAP-K ticket. Let me ask you this simple question. Between George Natembeya and Eugene Wamalwa, who should actually be the DAP-K party leader?
Hii Kenya ama Western region, leo hii ingia kwa mtandao yoyote, iwe ni X, enda TikTok, enda Facebook, enda YouTube, enda Instagram, utapata kwamba ule mtu ambao watu wote wameungana nyuma yake ni Mheshimiwa George Natembeya. Kwa sababu gani? Unapata mtu anasema na Natembeya kwa nyuma, yeye mwenyewe ukimwangalia afya yake iko na tashwishi. My friend, yule mtu ambaye anakomboa Mluhya kwa karne huu ni Mheshimiwa Governor wa Trans Nzoia. Mambo ya Wetangula ameshinda hata kulipa bili ya hospitali ya mamake. Sasa atakusaidia na nini? Mtu mwenyewe ameshindwa kulipa bili. Gavana wa Trans Nzoia analipa bili ya hospitali. My friend, mimi ningependa kuambia jamii ya Western Region, hakuna jinsi naweza linganisha Natembeya na mheshimiwa Wetangula. Hii ni kama giza na mchana. Haiwezekani.
Njaa, umaskini, ukabila, mapendeleo, Fort Kenya.
Ladies and gentlemen, just like I had predicted, I want to repeat myself again. George Natembeya will work with William Ruto in 2027. Mark that. Let me read for you Salasia's response to that tweet. This is what he's saying. This is the exact form in which Edwin Sifuna is always messed up by Raila. He fights for Raila only to be told what has been concluded. I now know I'm not going to engage further, but I will focus on what I started. Kutetea wanasiasa ni ngumu hii Kenya. I'm sorry George Natembeya for hitting you hard unknowingly that someone wasn't appreciating my effort. Now I'm also under the bus. I'm sorry for real. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a serious political war in DAP-Kenya, and that war is sponsored by none other than William Samoei Arap Ruto. And a petition to remove George Natembeya from DAP-Kenya has actually been filed. And the reason for that is because there are allegations that George Natembeya has sponsored other individuals to register and promote a new political party called Conservation for Democracy in Kenya, called Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want us to talk about the latest move against George Natembeya. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, what we do on this platform is basically to analyze politics the way they are. And I don't expect you to agree with me 100%. Sometimes I'm wrong. Most of the time, I'm right. Yesterday, I did a video. In that video, I revealed to you guys that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is one of the key targets, key people William Ruto is actually targeting for running mate in 2027. I've gone through some comments. Some people are like, oh, Liu Menunulewa. Yeah, some are even invoking the fact that over the weekend, I was in Eldoret. And I told you guys I was going to Eldoret purely on a family issue. I've never met Oscar Sudi, the way some of you are alleging. In my entire life since I was born, I've never met Oscar Sudi. If I met Oscar Sudi today or tomorrow, I'll say hi to him. Just like I've never met, anyway, even when he was in ODM party, I've never interacted with William Ruto at a personal level at that. When I met Matiang'i, I made it public. If I were to meet Rigathi Gachagua today, if I were to go to a Munyoro residence, I'll do it. Because for me, my work is to analyze. And of course, sometimes I consult for these politicians from the background. You want to win? I craft for you a winning strategy. But on this platform, it is purely an analysis. In this video, I want to reveal to you guys why that petition has been filed. Number one, someone somewhere is out to create the grounds for Natembeya to quit DAP-Kenya. Let me ask you, DAP-Kenya has how many MPs? By the way, DAP-Kenya has some very good MPs. There is Jack Wamboka, very good MP. There is Duke Waungu, is it Waungu? From Luanda, very good MP. There is Peter Salasia. Who else? I think they have 4 or 5 MPs. And of course, they also have the governor for Trans Nzoia. My question is, how many of those MPs are actually following Eugene Wamalwa? You can't answer that question. But the truth is, someone is trying to create the ground for Natembeya to leave. Who benefits today if Natembeya were to bolt out of DAP-Kenya? The truth is, the person who will benefit from that is none other than William Samoei Arap Ruto. I've always explained to you guys on this platform on multiple occasions that for the opposition to defeat William Ruto, they must be united. The moment Natembeya and Wamalwa will not be united, I can assure you, Ruto will penya katikati. Because for Ruto to be defeated, the Western Alliance must be divided. I mean, for William Ruto to be defeated by the opposition, Western Kenya must unite. You can't convince me that Natembeya and Eugene Wamalwa working differently benefits the opposition. No way. So that's a fact which I'm giving to you. You can take it or leave it. Number 2 is the Malava by-elections. There's going to be a by-election in Malava constituency. That by-election in Malava constituency is going to define the lawyer politics moving forward. Which party or which coalition is going to win? Ilulu Manjendi, the late MP, was elected on ANC party. ANC party is persuading William Ruto. Of course, now they are working with the UDA, part of UDA, that they be allowed to nominate the candidate. The truth of the matter is that DAP-Kenya has high chances of winning that seat, the Malava seat, in that by-election. But they can only win that seat in Malava if the campaigns are led by none other than George Natembeya. Because George Natembeya started something called Tawi movement. That Tawi movement imeshika the Luhya nation. Tell me, if Natembeya will not be leading that campaign and Eugene Wamalwa will be leading, how will they win? They'll be divided, which means Natembeya might decide to already campaign DAP-Kenya candidate if he's removed, or he might now flex his muscle through the new party these guys are talking about. Who will benefit? Again, William Ruto will benefit if they were to lose, if DAP-Kenya were to lose Malava, because they've already persuaded ODM party not to sponsor a candidate. That's what I've gathered. The government, Kenya Kwanza government, has persuaded ODM not to sponsor a candidate in Malava, which to me is ridiculous. So that Malava by-election is the reason. That Malava by-election is actually the reason why someone is trying to engineer the removal of George Natembeya, because they'll be divided. Number 3, which is very, very important, is that William Ruto is a shrewd politician. William Ruto understands that for him to win, he must split the opposition. In that Malava by-election alone, Rigathi Gachagwa's party is sponsoring a candidate. And their main target already is DAP-Kenya. Why? So Ruto is trying to create division and confusion in DAP-Kenya. Once they create that confusion, these guys will not be thinking. We'll be reading more of things like what we've read today. Natembeya will be attacking Wamalwa. Wamalwa will be attacking Natembeya. Peter Salasia will be speaking a different language there. People like Wamboka will be taking different trajectories. Who benefits? William Samoei Arap Ruto. And lastly, there is a clear move to prepare George Natembeya to become William Ruto's running mate in 2027. The truth of the matter is that as we speak, Mudavadi is dead, politically speaking. Weta is not much. It's in Bungoma, but not much. George Natembeya was capturing the imaginations of the people of the Mulembe nation. And he will go like that. The people will love him. And then, just like he's been saying, he wants to sit on the table. He has never specified which table he will be sitting on. So he can sit on a table with Ruto and tell the Luhya nation that Ruto is going to be the president. Now, what I want is I want the running mate. He will be given that running mate. And with the support of the people he has, the Luhya nation will be united. So I think someone might be plotting about that. I don't know what you think. But for me, the move to try and create division or coup in DAP Kenya is sponsored by William Ruto. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.